Camelot 331 here, and I'm here today to talk to you about our favorite giant red ass bullseye. We're talking about Target today, guys. That's what we're talking about. Target's getting pretty bad, and they're working on a strategy that's called the lean strategy. I actually had an interview with Target several years ago as a senior operations director at a distribution center that's in my city I live in. And they kept asking me if I was okay with lean, which is L-E-A-N, the lean strategy and what lean meant and how to best perform with lean and to keep things running smoothly with lean. What lean is basically, to boil it down, it's using the fewest amount of people possible to get the most amount of work done at the worker's expense, their mental and physical health. Basically one guy doing the job of 10 people and trying to make it as efficient as possible. That's kind of what lean is. Lean, you know what I'm saying? Like making it lean, losing weight, basically cutting the fat. That's what that means. Maybe it doesn't mean that, and I just got it all wrong. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm from Alabama. That's the excuse I use for everything. But some of these Target employees have messaged me directly, and we're going to read their messages, and they talk about some pretty insane stuff going on right now at Target. But before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, doodle. That's real damn important. And also, make sure you subscribe if you have not. Please, for the love of the Jesus, the sweet little baby Jesus. All right? He deserves our love. I don't know where I'm going with it. So this one says, this happened hours ago, but let me first say I've been at Target for 4 years while in school, and our store recently just got a new manager, or should I say store director, and it's been all downhill from there. Been there, done that. As long as he don't slap you on the cheeks. You know, sometimes they do that. Like my old manager, Egg. He's a pretty weird guy, man. My first 3 years at Target were amazing. Awesome manager over soft lines, which is the department I worked in. Great coworkers and overall good atmosphere. Very willing to work with my schedule. Well, not anymore. However, like I said, a new store manager has taken over and completely turned the store upside down. Fitting rooms opened after the C virus, which were completely understaffed for reshop. It was insane and nobody was able to keep up. This led to a lot of good workers quitting and leaving only a few people that would actually do their job. We are a smaller store and a very tight-knit group, so we do become chatty every once in a while, but we always normally get our work done. Today I was working out at Metro, and I had a coworker come up to me to tell me she's going on her break. I then saw the store director approaching and got onto us for talking while on the floor, something that I really hate about companies. Like you're not allowed to even speak to another associate. That's some like psycho Germany stuff. Chill the hell out. You're not that damn important. You're a freaking big box store that sells some damn panties and meats and shit. All right? You're not that important. This ain't a damn church or a library. Shut the hell up and get off your high horse. End rant. God, I hate that. You're not allowed to speak to other... Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. This is not the first time this has happened. He treats us like we should be robots and not speak to anyone at all. After this incident, I was told that I could finish up Metro and leave. He then pulled me into the office and completely got on to me about how I clocked in 3 minutes late when there are other girls that call in multiple days or much later than I am daily. Like I said, I've been at this company for 4 years and I've never gotten onto or been talked about by my attendance or my work ethic, but today, that's all he could mention about me. I felt completely attacked and he wouldn't let me even get a word in. So I kindly walked out the door. Not to mention, I had asked off for 3 weeks in advance for the 4th of July and got denied. Shocking. And when I approached my manager about it, she mentioned how we've had too many requests for off that day and we're not going to have really anybody to work, so I must work that day. I came in and we were almost fully staffed all day, but conveniently, she was the only one not working. Of course she wasn't. Of course she wasn't. Egg used to do the same thing, man. He'd take off all the holidays and make everybody else work. Sorry, bro, I need you that day. I'm going to be too busy doing nothing. Doing nothing. And that's all it takes sometimes, guys, is one manager coming in and slapping you in the face and making everything awful. One manager. Leadership's important. A good manager can turn an entire store around and bring profit through the roof, baby. Through the damn roof so the executives can get more Ferraris. Not us, obviously, but the executives. But then they'll bring in a hard ass for no damn reason off the street with no training and they ruin everything. That's just how that works sometimes. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. But what else is happening at Target? Check this one out right here. So this one says, been working at Target for 2 years now. Started as a cashier, did self-checkout, then guest service, and drive-ups, pickups, as well as flexible fulfillment. I have a lot of problems with Target, but one of them is how little they care for their employees. Well, shocking. Right to the damn point, baby. That's what I like, right to the point. At my Target, many people have been quitting because the way they treat us like criminals and have unrealistic expectations for us is ridiculous, which seems to be every company right now. The past year has been the hardest year for a lot of people. For me, my days at Target included coming in, finding out no GSTL was there, having to run to the front myself as a 19-year-old working his first job, write breaks, do both drive-ups and returns by myself at the same time, close every register in the store on my own, and go home later than I was supposed to. As someone with no leader training or pay, that's a big one, this was a huge burden on me. I know I should have not helped out as much as I did, but it was either that or watch the front fall apart, which is something these big box stores do a lot. They'll take a brand new associate that doesn't really know what's going on and make them run an entire front or back of store, while the manager sits in the damn lounge in the back and hangs out with the other managers. Yeah, I wonder why your shrink's so damn high. It's now 2021, and I just got my review for the year 2020. I got half of the raise I could have gotten. I'm shocked. This threw me over the edge because I know for a fact people who do less work than I do and who have less responsibility than I do got a full raise. After all I did for this company, especially during the pandemic, rarely calling out, always clocking in early, always staying late when needed, being a makeshift GSTL, closing the store 5 out of 7 days a week, and I get half a raise, I don't care about the money, I care about the recognition. Not once the entire time I've been working at Target did someone higher up pull me aside and say thank you. And I'm going to be honest, that's if you're expecting recognition from a corporate company, it's not going to happen. They don't do that anymore. That's never happened. They only want to talk to you when something's going wrong. You could make that store rank number 1 in the entire country in profit for 10 years straight, and the first month you didn't, you would get drilled by your superior immediately, because that's how corporations work. It's what you done for me lately. My old district manager at GameStop was exactly like that. You could rank number 1 in the company every week, and the first week you didn't, he's asking you to resign, which actually happened to me. Not surprising, right? Guy was pretty terrible, let's be honest, though. He said they don't give positive affirmations at Target. They focus on the negatives. I'm shocked. And the numbers, God, the numbers. Story of my life, my man. All they care about is having drive-ups under 2 minutes, even though that's impossible when it's the holidays and they don't schedule nearly enough people. And that's the lean strategy. They don't schedule enough people, and they do that on purpose. It's not like they do it on accident. The reason you go in Walmart and there's only 1 register running, the reason why you go in Target and there's 0 registers running, any big box store, the reason they do that, it's called lean. It's the lean strategy. Have the least amount of people possibly working to do the most amount of work possible with fewer bodies. Okay? At the direct damage to the mental and physical health of the actual associate. It's just penny pinching, and it's squeezing every last dollar out of these people that they possibly can do. And the thing is, they've been making record profits. Every single big box store, Walmart, Amazon, Target, the places that were allowed to stay open during the pandemic because they slid Congress a few dollars. You know how it works, baby. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't pay attention to me. It's no big deal. So what do? They operate on lean so they can bump their numbers up even more, because 600,000 Ferraris, which literally they could buy that many if that many existed with their profit, that's not enough. They want 700,000 because that's how corporations work. 18% increase year over year. That's the goal, baby. As long as Target or Walmart makes their dollar, it's all good, baby. But what else? Some more gross-ass stuff happening at Target. Check this one out right here. So this one says right here, I have so many stories, but the one that sticks out the most to me is when an old man asked if I was, you could pretty much bridge the gap there. Old men, man, what the hell? Asked if I was basically assaulted when I was cleaning the restroom. Then asked me to help buckle up his overalls because he couldn't reach it. Strangely enough, I did it. I've heard this happen several times. Old people, you gotta stay away from them crazy bastards. They are awful. It's like he works at Activision or something. Oh, zing. Shocking. Another is when a guest thought they threw away their car keys, so my store manager had me dig through the trash for the keys. The guest ended up finding them, walked past me as I was digging through the trash, and didn't say a thing. My manager went back to his business as I was still digging throughout the trash. A coworker had to come out and tell me to stop. Shocking. This was all 9 years ago in college, and thank God I moved on to bigger and better things, but I'm not sure if I'm happy or sad about learning that people suck so bad sometimes. Busting my ass all summer in the Texas heat when no one else wanted the job. Shocking. Absolutely disgusting. And that's what these retail stores are like. It's an old man thing. It's an old man thing. And the manager made her dig through trash and then just didn't tell her to stop. That's just how these places work. And if you went to HR about it and said, hey, this manager's awful and they're ruining my life, you know what HR is going to do? They're going to fire you because they're not there to protect you as much as you would like to think. It's actually like an oxymoron. The name human resources, HR, is an oxymoron. Maybe. I don't actually know what an oxymoron is. But check this one out right here. We were talking about lean earlier. Check this message out right here. It says, after training at 2 separate locations, it became immediately clear that Target runs a lean operational strategy, using the least amount of employees needed and keep those employees just below breaking point every day. It's a great way to put it. Target management will explain this away as live up to the challenge, but in reality, it's a consistent case of always filling in and falling behind. They would be better off hiring semi-experienced college students for most roles, which they do, because any external management hire with a business degree and 8 years management experience will not be so easily fooled. That's true as hell. I brought my concerns up with my DTL today, who basically said I was just being lazy and needed to toughen up. Sounds like my old DL. Mind you, upper management is literally paid to push corporate decisions and minimize pushback from employees. This is true of most places, but most places do not typically go as lean as Target strives for. Keep in mind, I had an interview with Target, and that's all they wanted to talk about was the lean strategy. They tried offering me various management roles in different departments, but let's face it, the issue is much larger than any particular department or store location. I declined. Here are some of the other things I noticed while exploring Target's operational underbelly. Too many external hires for ETL and higher positions. Yes, just like GameStop, just like Walmart. Instead of actually moving up people that have been there 10 years and know what they're doing, they'll hire some random person off the street. And then that random person will be awful. Trainers are too busy to train effectively. Shocking. Shift coverage is next to impossible. Also shocking. Too much identity politics and hashtag culture. Because you can go to Target all day, you can work there, and you're going to be discriminated against based on anything, really. But on Twitter, they're going to tell you all day they love everybody, and they're very inclusive. Yeah, we know you are. On Twitter, please like our tweets. That's all we care about. Turnover is off the charts. Can be terminated immediately for small things. I'm absolutely shocked. So as you can see, Target is absolutely a nightmare. You go in the bathroom, dude's asking you what the hell's going on in your personal life, which is pretty terrifying. Let's be honest. He's also going to be like, hey, baby, my overalls are down around my ankles. Don't mind the tiny little worm down there that's looking you right in the damn eye. Can you buckle them up for me, please? Please touch it. If you won't, you don't have to. Old people absolutely offer. Now, the lean strategy. If you're going to go to Target, you got to be aware of the lean strategy. We're going to cut the fat right off your ass and then serve it at the deli because that's what that means. You're going to have 3 people running the entire front and back of the store, and that's it. The managers in the back are probably going to be making out or smashing each other's pissers because that's kind of what they do. Managers are always in relationships with each other, and they usually are married to other people. That's always a great story. Worked at Walmart, saw it all the time. You married? Don't matter. Let's smash the pieces right now. That's how it works. You want to go to Target, baby? You want to get lean? You trying to cut some weight? Go to Target. Run the lean strategy. Meet the old guy in the bathroom for a quick turnaround. Go to the back. Watch the managers bump uglies. It's a great time to be alive. And what I'm trying to say is let's not work at Target, guys. Don't work at Target. What do you guys think? Do you work at Target? Share this video with your Target buddies. Share it with your normal buddies. Share it with your buddies that are not really your buddies. You maybe just pass them in the hallway and you're like, hey, I like your hair and your pee-pee because it's hanging right the hell out. So like, comment, share all that because it's supposed to say it. It's very required. Trust me, it is. And get the hell on it, diggity doggone. Bye. Yeah. Ooh.